Hello, Samson here. So in today's book review, I'm going to be discussing Price Pictures U Squared. So this is a book that I got as a recommendation from a conference I was attending, Activate, from Mount Zion and the Theme Excel. So Julian Kuehler was recommended one of the books. One of the speakers, he was actually recommended one of the books that he thinks is one of the best to read if you want to be able to excel. So U Squared centers around the fact that you can get a lot of results faster in your life if you follow a high velocity formula, which is talked about in the book, in comparison to having the conventional way of doing things, of trying harder as you've been taught from time to time. So a true story of something that happened rather when Price Picture was in a certain inn where he looked at the window and then saw that a fly was there looking at the window, trying to go to the other side where there seemed to be like a lot of freedom and whatnot, but then it was being blocked as a result of the mirror, of the window rather, that was there. So if only the fly could have turned like 180 degrees to face the door where there was an exit for it to be able to go into the world, then it was going to be able to do that. But then it kept trying harder to fly over a barrier that was there, and then it never worked out. Basically, a lesson that we get from the fact that there is this conventional way of trying harder is basically that that can actually result into being part of the problem to you getting the results you need for your life. So diving right into what the book talks about, it's divided into a lot of short chapters rather, or short segments. So the first one he's talking about the promise. So the promise is the fact that you do not have to be content with getting your results gradually, getting your accomplishments gradually at all the times. Instead, there is the U squared formula, which you can use in order for you to get results quicker than you would have anticipated. So the promise basically lies in the fact that there is a U squared formula which takes us into the quantum leap. So now when you talk about the quantum leap from a physics standpoint, so it is explosive jump of a particle of matter where it undergoes from one place to another. So it is unguided and whatnot, and then bringing the point back to life. What we are basically dealing in here is taking risks and then getting off into uncharted places rather, with no guide to follow whatsoever. So this is what the quantum leap is about. If you are to get results done, then you need to have that quantum leap. So dealing in the U squared itself, so this one deals directly with what the quantum leap is about. So the U squared is about getting exponential results, not from the conventional way of how you get incremental progress from time to time. It's exponential and not incremental. So in order for you to be a U square type of person, there is need to change your personal rules for success. So there is a conventional way of doing things and unconventional way of doing things. The quantum leaps requires a paradoxical behavioral change if you are to get your results from whatever you are doing and wherever the focus you are putting. So you need a new attitude, and then you need to put on a whole new willingness of being able to try out different things and then doing things differently. And then you're dealing in you quitting to try harder, as we looked at the story of the fly which was trying to jump off the window and then it was not able. It kept trying harder and harder. This is what the conventional way has taught us, but then quantum leap requires that you do not just you do not just take incremental steps. You do not need to do more of the same all the time, because when you do more of the same all the time, what you're getting is basically more of the same, which is not giving results in turn. And then you need to ignore the fact that there is a conventional way of doing things. Yes, that's a traditional way of doing things, but then you need to get ruthless about trying something different if you need to get results. At times, what you do is, at times, doing the best, looking at the basics that you were taught doesn't give you the results that you want, and then it's a tragedy for you to do the best of the thing that you are not even supposed to do in the first place. Moving on, you need to think beyond what the common world allows. So you need to think what maybe is known in today's context as outside the box. So making quantum leaps means that you are going to be able to move outside your mental limitations and your mental boundaries. So true, the truth is limits are there, but then you need to be able to think away from the limits that you have in order for you to be able to attract the law of attraction and then be able to make reasonable progress in whatever is happening and you're doing. So you need to suspend disbelief. So if there is anything that you need to doubt, is the doubt of your limits. So you need to act as though success is certain for you, and then you'll be able to get the results which you need. You need also to focus on the ends rather than the means. So the goal is to hit the goal. Regardless of the process that you're going to go through, what you really need to get done is supposed to be done, rather. So you do not need to know how you're going to get to where you're going to go, but basically what you're supposed to have the knowledge of where you really want to go. So you also need to rely on unforeseen forces. So when you put on the motion that you're going to achieve whatever you want to achieve as an entity or as a singular entity, then that's a wrong way of thinking, because you have every other force that surrounds you that is going to help you to be able to achieve what it is that you are pursuing and what you want to achieve. So you need to also choose a different set of risks. You can never go risk-free in life. That is just the fact that life has to give unto us. So what you do is you need to measure which risks you are going to take and whatnot. So he says taking risks isn't a matter of a big chance. That okay, I'm going to take a risk, so this is a big chance. It's rather giving yourself a chance to be able to explore the unexplored and to become what you need to become. So you need to trust also in the power of pursuit. So the world actually favors people who take action to pursue whatever they want to pursue. There's a difference between being wishful and being a dreamer who's not waking up to pursue whatever the dreams they have they're pursuing. So you basically need to get out and then pursue, and then the world and all forces are going to fall in your favor. You need to seek failure. That is another aspect that is there. So failure doesn't necessarily mean that you're defeated. It is rather a source of strength that helps you and guides you in order to be able to get and achieve what you want to get and achieve. So you need to get uncomfortable. So quantum leaps jerks you off from your comfort zone. It's a place where you're going to be uncomfortable. And then, so if you're a person who's been having a high comfort place to play around, then it means that you've just been playing itself, basically. If your life has been moving smooth, problemless and all that, then you've just not taken that step to be able to move away from the comfort zone. You're too comfortable. You do not need to play itself. So you need to open up your gifts. So you were born with talents and gifts. Whatever gifts you have for the world to be able to utilize and all that. So whatever gifts you've been able to use, there is 100 more that you need to explore and be able to use. You need to fall in love. The quantum leap is not going to happen if you're a person whose heart is lukewarm. So there is need for you to have the passion to be able to make an impact, the passion to pursue your dreams and everything, because the quantum leap is not going to favor you if your heart is lukewarm. And then there is also need for you to make a move before you are ready, because the fact is you're never going to be ready if you're constantly looking at the fact that you want to be ready. So you're never going to be ready like that. And then the last thing that the book discusses is looking inside for opportunity. Everything that you want lies inside of you, not in the situations available surrounding you. Basically, what you want, all the opportunities and everything else lies inside of you. To become a U squared type of person, you need to focus on the fact that there is a quantum leap. Do the unconventional things get out of your comfort zone and be able to become a U squared type of person. So this was Pre-Speech's U squared high velocity formula to get results done in a faster at a faster rate rather in this fast growing world. To meet in the next segment, I am checking out.